At around 2 p.m. on September 24th, 2017, a 17-year-old college student named Sanjay climbed up onto this boulder that was right off to the side of this hiking trail. Sanjay was on a day trip with about 20 of his friends from college, and they were in this part of southern India that was really famous for its long, winding trails. And then at the end of these trails is this beautiful ancient Hindu temple. And so he was really excited about going to see it. He also realized that kind of off to the side of the temple was this beautiful pool of water. Sanjay really liked the idea of going swimming. And so he actually jumped off the boulder and just started running towards the temple and this pool. And he was yelling to his friends as he did, like, hey, I'm gonna go swimming. And he got to the steps, then he walked his way into the water and turned around, hoping to see his friends coming after him. And sure enough, all of his friends were jumping into. This pool of water was not intended to be a swimming area. It was dug about 300 years earlier for this temple, and many people began to view this pool of water as sacred because they believed it could cure diseases. Sanjay, he saw one of his friends, whose name was Vishwas, was standing up out of the water reading what looked like a plaque about this pool of water. He yelled out to Vishwas like, hey, stop reading that and get in the water. And he got in the water with all of them. Sanjay decided, hey, this would be a great time to take a photo. And Sanjay, he held the phone out, made sure everybody was there, and he took a picture. About an hour later, Sanjay and his friends had left the pool and were now in the temple. Eventually, Sanjay just got tired of looking inside the temple. Sanjay opened up his photo album to look at all the photos he had taken, and he eventually reaches the photo that he took in the pool with all of his friends together. And as he looked more closely at it, the smile on his face faded, and he began to panic. And Sanjay, he began looking at all of his friends, and he would stare at their faces. He was looking for something, but he didn't see what he was looking for. And he finds their college professor who had come along to sort of chaperone the trip, and he showed the professor what he had found. And so the professor knew the police would have to get involved. And then as the officers went down to the pool, from where Sanjay and his friends were standing, they actually did not have a clear view, but they could hear what the officers were doing. And they hear one of the officers shout something out, like he's found something. And then Sanjay and his friends heard all this splashing as officers were jumping into the pool. The reason why Sanjay's friend, Vishwas, was not in the water with everybody else was because Vishwas did not know how to swim, but he didn't tell anyone. But then when Sanjay, who meant no harm by this, but he yelled out to Vishwas, hey, come on, dude. It seems like Vishwas felt very pressured into getting into the water. And that's what he did. And then when Sanjay was like, hey, let's take that photo, he really did manage to get all of his friends in frame, except one of them was Vishwas, and you can only see the top of his head. It's because he was drowning in the background of that photo, just nobody knew it. When Sanjay's looking at this photo, he sees the top of Vishwas's head, and then he ran all around the temple looking for Vishwas. But then after searching the entire area and not finding Vishwas, he went to his professor, they called the police, and the discovery was made. By the time police pulled Vishwas out of the water, he was already deceased.